Our Week 4 preview is here, and I'm going to explain how the New Orleans Saints can shock the Buffalo Bills this upcoming Sunday. I'm also going to give you some score predictions with my guy, Loco Lopez. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. As always, I'm your host, Trizzy Trace Girouard. Be sure to hit the thumbs up icon and drop a like on today's video. For this matchup, just going to keep it real with you. I am not looking forward to this game. It's going to be a very rough 4 quarters, in my opinion. The Buffalo Bills, 16.5-point favorites. That is a large point spread. Not totally confident that the New Orleans Saints are going to be able to cover it. If you want the black and gold to shock not just the Bills, but shock the entire world, shock the football landscape, and prove that they are not an absolute travesty of a football franchise, do one thing. Smash the thumbs up icon and like today's video. All right, let's start things off first by going through some stats and kind of comparing the offenses and the defenses. So first, I want to explain how the Saints offense matches up to the Bills defense. You can see on screen the Saints offense not doing well really anywhere in terms of production. I'm not scoring a lot of points, not moving the ball downfield much, not very effective on third down. Top 20 in red zone percentage, but, celebrating top 20 kind of feels like kissing your ex-girlfriend. It's cool, but not really what you want. The points per game for the Bills defense, they do give up a lot of points. They don't give up a lot of yards per game. However, yards per play, they do tend to give up more in that regard. Across the National Football League, they rank 21st through 3 weeks. They're not very good on third down. They're not very good at getting stops in the red zone as well, which is something that I think that the New Orleans Saints need to look to exploit. Now, let's kind of flip the script here and go Saints defense versus Bills offense. You'll see the Bills offense scores a lot of points. They move the ball downfield a lot. They're really efficient. They're really effective. They're very, very well run. Led by Josh Allen, a really, really good quarterback, one of the best in the National Football League. The Saints defense is going to have a tall task ahead of them. They've given up 30 points per game up to this point. In yards per game, they're top half of the league, just barely, but they are top half, which is nice. But the Bills, they are the number 1 offense when it comes to moving the ball downfield. So you can see right here, this is going to be a tough matchup for the New Orleans Saints. Now, how can they shock the Buffalo Bills? I'll tell you, step number 1, keep this guy off the field. If Josh Allen is not on the field, Josh Allen cannot gash you. If Josh Allen is not on the field, Josh Allen cannot beat you. If Josh Allen is not on the field, Josh Allen cannot throw for 400 touchdowns or 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. It's just not going to happen. So for the black and gold, the offense in Buffalo is so dang good. Keon Coleman has been really, really good. Their tight end situation has been really impressive. They're effective at rushing the football as well. They need to keep the offense off the field. The Saints defense needs to especially win on third down, and they need to be able to get the Bills offense off the field. And for what it's worth, the Saints offense needs to control the time of possession. They need to be able to have those long, sustained drives where you're punching them in the mouth every play and you're really draining some clock, because if the Saints try to score quick and then try to get on defense and try to hold the Bills offense back, I don't think they're going to be very successful in that regard. Step number 2, you're going to have to find a way to win on third down. Josh Allen, not only is he an effective passer, he's also a very effective rusher of the football. And it feels like time and time again, the New Orleans Saints keep getting beat on third downs because either A, quarterback is mobile and has the ability to get out of there, break the tackle, you're holding on to his jersey, you can run away with it and get the first down with his legs, or, flip the dump off, get the ball downfield type deal. The other thing that feels like it happens all the time is it's not a mobile quarterback and you're sitting there and they have all day to throw, or, they don't have any pressure coming in and they can just deliver the pass with no pressure. So when it comes to third down, you got to win. Not just on the defensive side of football, but on the offensive side of the football. It kind of goes back to my first point, keeping Josh Allen off the field. The Saints offense needs to win because the Bills defense, just like the Saints defense, really not great on third down. Friendly reminder, the Bills defense, this season is 23rd on third down percentage with a 43.2 completion or success rate, I should say. So for Buffalo, they're going to look to try to win on third down because the Saints are so bad on third down. And the Saints, they need to find ways to break their bad habits, turn those into good ones, and get the heck off the field. It's pretty hard to score points when your offense isn't on the field. I'm not saying it's impossible. Saints have done a lot of that thus far. But I'm just saying, it's a lot easier to win if you don't let the opposing quarterback, one of the best players in the league, get on the field. Just going to keep that in mind. Now, we do have some more keys to victory. We also have some score predictions and fun things to discuss here on the channel. But first things first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in the whole wide world. I absolutely love Prize Picks, and it's my favorite way to get involved on the football action. And I can also turn my ball knowledge and my opinions into some cold, hard cash. One thing about Prize Picks that I absolutely love is that they have the injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks will not count it as a loss. And as a Saints fan, we've seen a lot of injuries settle into this roster, so I can tell you right now that's something that I am really happy about. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into some cold, hard cash. For this game specifically, got a couple lineups, or not a couple lineups, got a lineup and a couple of picks I wanted to share with you. So Juwan Johnson, I'm taking the Moore on that Goblin pick because it means it's a little bit of an easier thing to hit, but it's a lower payout. Spencer Rattler, I think, is going to have a lot of completions. He throws the football a lot. And if for whatever reason he isn't going to air it downfield, hit the check down a ton of times. But also Josh Allen, like I said, he's one of the best in the league. I think he's going to gash us with his legs. I think third down is not going to go well for the Saints. And this is not going to be a pretty game. But I can tell you right now, at least I'm going to be making money. That's thanks to Prize Picks. You too can turn this Saints season into success from misery because we all know how miserable we are. Download the Prize Picks app. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Saints fans, if you use code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app, you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Highly encourage you to check out the Prize Picks app today. It's good to be right. Click the link in the comments and description of this video. Now, I want to talk about the offense here for New Orleans because I do think a really important part of this is having Spencer Rattler push the ball downfield. And we've seen a lot of problems for the New Orleans Saints when it comes to Spencer Rattler trying to do that. He just hasn't really been effective as a quarterback when it comes to pushing the ball downfield. He's completed a lot of passes. He has decent yardage. He's protected the football well. But less than 8 yards per target isn't something I'm really jazzed about. So PFF, they can help you, or they have a stat called adjusted completion percentage, which I think is a really interesting number to consider. The adjusted completion percentage is the percent of aimed passes thrown on target with completions and drops aimed. So obviously, Spencer Rattler has seen a lot of drops this season. His adjusted completion percentage this year is 74.3. His regular completion percentage, you see, is 67.2. The average depth of target, not even 8 yards downfield, and it's really, really frustrating because I think about all of the talent on the roster. I think about the weapons you have. I think about the type of play style you should be running with this team. You have so much speed. You have so much athleticism. You have great route runners. Stretch the damn field. Why are we doing all these quick passes? Why are we worrying about all these screens? I understand you got to get the ball in open space to some of these guys, but we also just got to let them run and beat the opposing DB. Let them just be faster than the guy in front of them. That's going to be an advantage. The New Orleans Saints, they don't have size, but they have so much speed. And if you're going to predicate your offense on speed and on route running and being athletic, then do those things. Stop trying to force passes. Stop trying to just hit the checkdowns. Stop being okay with mediocrity. Push the ball downfield. Make this offense more explosive. Appeal to the weapons you have. And for those weapons, Complete your assignments and catch the damn ball when you're targeted. We've seen too many dropped passes. We've seen too many instances of sloppy play on the offensive side of the football. I need Spencer Rattler. I need Kellen Moore. I need those two players to have a little bit more confidence. I need those two, or not players, I need those two guys to have more confidence. I need Spencer Rattler to be more willing to throw the deep ball. I need his receivers to get more open. I need Kellen Moore to not be afraid to call the deep shot. It's one of the best things that we can do on this offense. Rashid Shaheed is one of the fastest players in the entire National Football League. Why are you not just sending him deep? I'm not saying that's the only thing he needs to do, but why are you not doing it? Just because a couple of passes got broken up and there was one interception that got called back. I don't care. Throw the ball downfield. That's what this team is supposed to be doing. That's what these weapons should be doing. It's what this offense should be built on. Stretching the field, getting the ball to your playmakers, and letting them work. You do a good job of putting the ball in your playmakers' hands, but you got to stretch the field more often. You also can't play scared. I've kind of made this point a little bit already. Kellen Moore, Spencer Rattler, they play scared football. And I don't want to turn this into a knock Kellen Moore, knock Spencer Rattler session, because that's not at all what it is. But I can confidently say Kellen Moore needs to unlock the offense. And for a team right now that's 0-3, that needs to get an honest evaluation of the roster you have and of the quarterback situation you're currently in, you need to be willing to test your offense. You need to be willing to try things out. You need to be willing to put your offense in a position to just go out there and make plays. Unlock the playbook. Open things up. Allow your guys to cook. You have to see what these weapons are capable of doing. And if I'm going to be totally honest, I don't think Chris Olave has done enough for me to confidently say I definitely want him back after his fifth-year option. I also don't think that Rashid Shaheed has been effective enough as a receiver because I don't think he's been given those opportunities to do that. Devon Vele surely hasn't been involved enough. Mason Tipton has gotten no involvement. I'm really tired of the Saints offense just being okay with being okay. What do we have to lose at this point? Like, honest question. What do you have to lose? Going into the season, you are deemed the worst team in football. Going into the season, you were deemed having the worst quarterback in all of the National Football League. What do you have to lose? You're already the worst team. You already have people doubting you. Might as well try to have some fun with it. Might as well try to open things up and shock some people. Like, what do you have? Like, what do you have to lose? You have nothing. This is probably a team that's going to be picking in the top 5 picks. You got to see what you got in this roster. Stop playing scared. If you play scared football, you're not going to do anything. And especially if you have a lead, scared money don't make money. If you play to not lose, you are going to lose. You should be playing to win. Stop being scared. It's not that difficult. Now, complementary football is also a massive, massive key to victory for me. Look, these are a lot of things that the Saints have to do. And these are not easy tasks. Individually, sure. Win on third down, maybe that's something that you could do as an individual thing if that was the only thing you needed to do. Push the ball downfield, if that's all you needed to focus on, sure. Not playing scared, if that's all you needed to focus on, sure. But you have to do all of these things on top of playing complementary football. The New Orleans Saints too many times are finding themselves in a situation where the offense goes and makes a play, the defense can't make a stop. Or the defense gets a stop, the offense then goes 3 and out. Or the offense pushes the ball downfield, stalls out, you go and kick a field goal, Blake Grupe misses. This has been the most uncomplimentary football I've ever watched. It's been disgusting. It's been just downright, like, just sloppy. And you cannot sit here and tell me that the Saints are going to have a chance to win some of these games down the stretch and for the rest of the season, especially against teams that are much, much better and have way better rosters than you, if you don't play clean and complementary football. You cannot convince me that this is a good enough team to go out there and compete with these squads and dig themselves into these holes against much better rosters because they don't play complementary football. If you were able to do that, if you were able to play a clean brand, then maybe, just maybe, you would have the opportunity to sneak a few wins away. But I don't think that this roster is good enough. I don't think this team is good enough to just steal wins away from a much, much better team. How did the Browns win against the Packers? They played a complete game. Sure, the offense didn't put up a ton of points, but they did just enough. The defense carried that squad for sure, but the offense does need to get some credit there because they were able to put points on the board, at least drive the ball downfield enough for the Browns special teams unit to have opportunities to put points on the board. The defense was extremely complimentary to the offense in the Browns versus Packers game. We have not seen that yet for the New Orleans Saints. You need 4 quarters of complimentary football because if you slip up in one of those, the Bills are just going to absolutely dismantle you. Get in the comment section, predict the score for me, Who Dat Nation. I want you to let me know what you think the final score is. Me and Lopez are about to give you our score predictions. Going to give you a second to answer. 5, 4, 3. Just push it. We're going. Just kidding. All right, I got the Bills winning 34-14. Lopez, do you care to mic yourself up and explain your case here in a second? I don't think this is going to go well. And I understand why there's some people out there who are going to sit here and say, Trizzy, how dare you pick the Saints to lose? You're a hater. You're not a real fan. You're not loyal. This is clickbait. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a realist. Very realistic. I pride myself in keeping it real with you guys. I pride myself in giving you guys authentic coverage, talking about what I feel and what I think. I think the Saints are going to get their ass kicked. Just don't see a world around it. The Saints are not a good enough team to compete with the Bills, in my opinion. What you got?
I was kind of a little in between. I wasn't going to pick the Saints. I'm not crazy. But I was in between. Is it going to be a really close game where the Bills kind of messed around, played with their food, or is it just going to be pedal to the metal? They're just running up and down the field. And talking to our Dolphins guy, Roley, Bills played Dolphins last week. They were playing with their food. Yeah. This is a get-right game for the Bills.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. The Bills are not going to play with their dinner 2 weeks in a row. No. They messed around too much with the Dolphins. Had a couple close calls there. Ultimately, the Dolphins started playing bad football, which is why they lost. Hence why my 5th or 4th reason to key to victory is complimentary football. Don't play scared. That's why that exists, because we saw what happened when the Dolphins stopped playing complimentary football. Long story short, this Bills team this is a get-right game for them. This is not one that they're necessarily worried about. Maybe they're looking ahead. There's just no, even if they wanted to, I think they're going to dismantle us. I would love to be wrong. Just don't think I will be. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Get in the comment section. Share your thoughts on your score prediction. And if you enjoyed today's content, like the video. We will be live on game day 1 hour before kickoff. So hit the sub button. Turn on your notifications. We're giving away a Saints mini helmet. Hope to see you there. Y'all stay golden.